Dusky? It's your boy Farewell34, and today it's Sunday. It's AOT day, guys. We're checking out episode number 3 for season 4. Season 4 has been really strong so far. I thought the first one was a great opener, a really action-packed, and I thought the second episode to just, show us the other side, get to see, Reiner conflicted, obviously, with regards to seeing the kids, almost seeing himself and what happened to him when he was on Paradise Island. He was talking shit about Sasha. Watching it back, even that was sort of funny. Like, that was the most terrifying thing he thought of, was Sasha eating the potato. So again, it does seem like he really wanted, he doesn't want Falco to go through the same thing that he did. So it's gonna be interesting to see how this story progresses for the rest of season 4. So with that being said, guys, as always, if you enjoyed this video, then definitely be sure to smack that like button and subscribe if you haven't already. With that being said, yay! This is really the Reiner season. Damn, he's calling them out. So this is their 104. Yo, this music is going in! They're giving us all the origins! Damn, my parents will be proud to have me as a son. I was gonna say the parallels to Eren! Here we go. Here we go. Because what I was wondering is, I actually hope they recapped the events of the very first episodes, and I guess they're doing that now. This is so sick. Even better than we expected. Yep. Marcel. Okay, he's been bitching. Alright, so this is leading up to it. There were celebrations. His papa. Oh, I Man. We're doing it. We're actually doing the whole thing right now. Let's go. You were never meant. Huh? That was the death of Marshall. They have to double down. They gotta go.
何が名誉があれしんだ。選ばれしアーレもエルディアも全員嘘のことしか考えてないくせに生きて帰んなきゃいけない。死ね！
Holy shit.
俺がマルセルになるから。もうやめてくれ。唯一の手段だ。
Here we go.
勝っている夢を見続けていた。
Oh, this is
俺は選ばれるはずのない戦士で、まだ何も出ないんだ。中だ。兄、死になるから。とう、レイを救うためです。
This episode's giving me chills, man.
は明け方だった。
In the app, that's what they told him.
騒がしくて、耳慣れない地響きが次第に大きく。
Yep, that's the same shot when Berthold told the story in season 1.
ちょうどお前らぐらいの子供を3人残し。
よう、嬢ちゃん。こんなじじいをつけました。なかなかオタパにハグしてほしければまず両手を上げろ。
絶対にないと言い切れるの。
妹に誓ってねえな。そいつは俺が一番笑えない冗談。
パパ。
この5年の成果を持ち帰ればマーレは失望するだろう。
じゃあ何？
They're not friends,
奴
they're
は友
devils.
達じゃない、悪魔だ。だが信頼を得るのは
どうやったらそうなれる？お前やミカサみたいになるにはどうやったら？
ただやるべきことをやる。ただ進み続ける。
そうだよな。
お前ならやれる。
このままじゃダメ。
Oh my goodness.
俺にはまだあいつらが。
おい。
Amount of backstory we're getting for Reiner this season.
心的外傷の治療に来てるが、俺のは嘘だ。記憶症を合わせづらくてな。病院の人に言うか？そんなことはしませんよ。怪我してるな。俺の出番はなさそうです。それはよかった。君はいいやつだ、野の子が。ここじゃ有名なできないまま終わるんだ。心も体も失わ
Damaged
れ、
minds and bodies.
徹底的に自由を奪う。でもみんな何かに背中を押されて、ただし自分で自分のそれは希望かも
You guys
しれな
dropping
いし、
bars.
さらなる地獄かもしれない。それは進み続けた者にしかわからない。
And that was Attack on Titan Season 4, Episode number 3. This was, there was a lot going on this episode in terms of just great, just setup for the very first episode and parallels here. And seeing Reiner's, I guess, and getting more just backstory for Reiner as a character, and you really start to feel bad for the guy. We know that he's been messed up. He's been struggling with PTSD, you know, ever since, you know, the reveal in season 2 that he was the Armor Titan. But this episode really shows you it's been going on for quite a long time. The whole, you know, situation with losing Marcel, the Jaw Titan. It was just going by really quickly, but I'm gonna have to definitely watch this episode over again to just appreciate it a little bit more here. But just speaking of, let me talk about the ending too, because I was tripping the fuck out watching that, because I'm like, yo, is that Eren? Because I'm like, because he was in the last episode, but I didn't really pay much attention to it. But the fact that they brought him up again, they showed all the cutscenes of Eren and Reiner from season 1 until now. Then right before Reiner's about to blast his head off, they show Falco, connect Falco right to that guy again. And like, plus the eye, the voice was eerily similar too. I was like, wait a second. But then his leg was chopped off, so that kind of threw me off too. But then the thing that gave it away, I just look back at it again right now. It's the eye. It's the fucking madman eyes. And I said, I know those eyes. So I'm not gonna lie, I was a little out of it this episode, this reaction, guys. This was a really great episode here, I think. Just position all the information that we didn't know while we were focusing on Paradise Island the entire time, right? We found out that Reiner now is his father, who doesn't want him, obviously, and doesn't love his family because he's an Elden. He's half Marleyan, so that's really interesting here. Also got to see the entire boot camp of the children going on the operation to kill the island devils. So I thought they did a great job in not only just positioning that, but setting things up for this, you know, when things start to really hit the fan. Trying to imply that Annie's Kenny's daughter, because that is not the case. Obviously that was Kenny who was on screen, but also the glasses threw me off. I'm like, is that Annie? I'm like, okay, it is Annie, but I'm like, we know she's not Kenny's daughter. That's some bullshit right there. Unless they're gonna just throw a Hail Mary last second and say Annie is. I don't know what significance that would have. So there's a lot of interesting points here, and Reiner nearly just blasted his head off here. Falco saved him there. So not even just the eye, but it did. I was out for lunch. I didn't put it together the first episode, but I think this episode definitely gave that away from even the context of the monologue. Is ever since I arrived here, the monologue coupled with the eye, the positioning of some of those scenes, I think it has to be Eren. Things are probably not looking good. The people there, but now he's doubted, like the fact that of that monologue, he's sort of questioning why this war has happened, why like everyone's suffering here, we're suffering there. Assuming the play is just to strike. Either at the festivals happening very soon. So how are they going to react to that? So I'm really excited about that. And I think they've just been doing an excellent job with Reiner here. And I know he's been having like literally a split personality almost. When he's on Paradise Island, he was a strong, confident, warrior named Reiner. And when we see him just before their mission 5 years ago, he's a completely different guy. He is Reiner, right? And he had to, after the incident, become Marcel. So his personality throughout all the training camps of the 104 the training camp with the 104, it was not him being Reiner, but him being Marcel. So that makes so much more sense now as to, obviously he has issues, but who that persona who he's betraying, it isn't Reiner, it's him being Marcel. So I thought they did a really good job at portraying that and setting that up this episode, along with him becoming the warrior, him not really being chosen, right? I think they did a great job with this episode. Another last interesting thing that I noticed about this episode, during that whole recap sequence where we got to see Bertholdt and the rest of the 6, training to inherit the Titans, the narration over by Magatha Commander, he was aware, at least in that narration, of the Beast Titans, special blood, him being of the royal line and such. I was under the impression that Zeke and Reiner were sort of potentially backdooring some sort of plan to overthrow the Marlians after getting the founding Titan. That was sort of the idea that I got after the past 2 episodes, that secretly hiding something, having to do with all them meeting up and then, trying to hide some of their conversations. So that's what I thought they were going to do, but they apparently know that Zeke has the royal blood now. So that was just an interesting note that this episode brought forth. And that made me think, at least after the second episode, is Zeke and Reiner potentially going to try and make a plea with Eren, right? And especially after the end of this episode, are they going to maybe get in a fight? They're going to try and go after Paradise Island. Then a bunch of shit's going to happen, and they're going to try and work together to stop the Marlians and try and liberate the Eldons. Honestly, guys, I'm going to go back and watch this episode again right after I post this, just in case I miss anything. But yeah. Some really interesting things there, and I loved the subtle connections there, like them meeting that old man who hanged himself after the Colossal Titan's initial attack. They literally took verbatim. That's what Bertholdt said to Eren when he asked them, like, how did you get here? Where'd you come from? He said, you came from the South Wall, and he said the same exact story, and they used the same exact frames there. So guys, that was Attack on Titan season 4 episode number 3. That was my reaction video here, guys. I was just trying to take in everything that's going on here, so I didn't really make the most commentary or reactions here, but definitely a pretty big episode in terms of just piecing together the story and the reveal that Eren, like, come on, like that, I think that was Eren. What do you think about this one? I would love to hear your thoughts in the comment section down below. It went by so fast. Unfortunately, but that was it for this one, and I'll see you in the next one. Love ya.